If this repair works, I will be extremely ecstatic. Okay, I just got a hole in this skid steer tire, and I just tried to put a temporary plug in here, and it didn't work. It's way too big, but it's right in the middle there. Unfortunately, these are very new tires. This one is not new. Look how worn down this is. Worn down. Still works great. This tire, pretty new, and it gets a hole. What I'm gonna have to do is take this off and try to patch it with one of these patches here. This is called a agricultural tire repair. So hopefully it's heavy duty and will work, but getting that off the rim is gonna be challenging. I'll try to use my Harbor Freight tire repair system over here. It's kind of flimsy, but we'll see if I can do it with that. Here's a good shot of the two tires, one old, one new. And then on this side over here, we got one new on the back and one old on the front. You can see the tread difference. This one here, completely flat. All right, well, let's get it off. Let's see, it's already off. My goodness, I don't even have to jack that up, do I? Look at that. That's it. 1 inch. This is a Harbor Freight Hercules Impact brushless. There we go. So this is how you're supposed to get the tire off the rim. You put it like that, and then you use this tool here. You stick it in here like so. Then you push down on it, try to pop it off the rim. Well, actually, this might be easier than I thought. Oh, yes. I'm barely putting any weight on that, and it's coming off. Oh my goodness, this is the easiest tire I've ever done. Okay, so this will not be a problem getting it off the rim.
I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but my camera stopped working all of a sudden, and I don't have video footage of me getting this tire off the rim.
Hopefully I can leave it just like this and work on it. There's a hole right there where you can see my patch went through. If you can see that, let's see. There we go. Right there.
Let's see if the bird is here today. Oh, there she is. She was sitting on her nest in there. I'll leave her alone.
Ciao.
See ya. Now, this is what I want to use to get inside the inner wall and buff it out a little bit. This is kind of like a sanding stone, so I think that will work. Let's try this. Oh, I gotta put that on straighter. Let's see. Alright, that's better. So there's the plug right there. Now I will need to take that plug out, but what I want to do is smooth right around that area. See if I can leave some light in here. Magnet. Yeah, that's a magnet there. Okay. That's a serious gash right there. Let's clean up some of this dust in here. This tip here is more of a stone type. It should be a little bit more abrasive. Let's try it. Alright, that did much better. Let's see how wide we need to make this. That's probably pretty good right there. So I'm just going to clean it up with the other tip, and then we'll take all the dust out of there. We should be good to go. Alright, well, I've cleaned it up as much as I can. Hopefully that's good enough. I'm reading the instructions here. Mechanically buff repair area to a velvet texture. And then you apply the vulcanizing cement and allow it to dry thoroughly. And this is the vulcanizing cement that I have. So I'm going to throw some of this on there first, and then we'll put the tire patch on there, and then we'll probably put some all around this as well. Take this and you spread it out, let it dry about 3 to 5 minutes, I think, until it's still tacky. And then you take this, so that faces the B direction. That's what that says, B direction. So let's give it a shot. All right, I'm going to be pretty generous with this. Doing this with one hand, trying to film with the other, and then I look down and I was like, the camera's not even facing the right direction. Sorry, not the easiest. All right, that's pretty generous. Maybe a little too generous. So let me widen that patch a little bit, make sure I got coverage on the entire patch area. Hopefully, let that dry a little bit. Alright, it's almost dry. There's still a little bit of a puddle over here, but on this side it looks to be a little bit tacky. Yep, it is. It's good. I'm going to give that another minute or two. It's been about 4 minutes so far. Alright, I think it's dried enough. Let's go ahead and put this on. Like so. Alright, I'm going to put it on like that. I'll put this right over the center if I can, and then take off this plastic on either side. Take that off. Alright, push that down. Alright, and then I've got a tool right here, and I can just start working this from the inside out, like this. And after you've done that for a while, get it nice and pushed down, you can take this plastic layer off the top, like so. And then, I don't know if this helps or not, but for extra good measure, I'm going to put a little bit more of this vulcanizing cement around the edges. Like that. I don't know if you need to do this or not, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't want this peeling off. Honestly, on a hole this big, I think I need 2 patches. I probably should have had one big patch here and then another one twice as big on top of this, because this is a pretty beefy hole. If this repair works, I will be extremely ecstatic. Okay, I just checked on that wren, and she has been sitting here the whole time while I'm working right here. Sitting on her 3 little eggs, so. All right, we've come to the part that I have dreaded, which is putting this tire back on here with just the small tire spoons that I have. Oh, I've got a little bit of tire and tube lube. I think you're supposed to mix this with water. I just like to dip my hands in here like this and just put it straight on there, because I don't do this very often. And just rub it on here. Lube up this bead. This is what that stuff looks like. It's pretty cool. Side on. Oh, this might just work. Let's go. go. All right. All right, let's see how hard it is to seat this bead. It's coming out. It's coming out the other side somewhere. Maybe if I lift it up like this. No. All right, well, this is what it's come down to. Got to use starter fluid. I didn't want to have to do this, but it's my only option at this point. That was pretty violent. Got a little singe on my hair. Look at that little singe right there. Yeah, I don't think you want to do that at home. Maybe that was too much starter fluid. Oh, look at that. All right, let's put this stem back in. Hey. All right, let's hope this takes there. All right, I got about 55 pounds of pressure in there. I think I can put more, maybe 65 in there, but that's good enough for now. Looks like it's holding. I don't hear anything leaking. Hopefully that's tight enough. Hear any air coming out. Picked up a heavy tree, ran down there on the rocks, piled up a few branches. I think we repaired it. So I'm gonna call that fixed. Hopefully that patch lasts for a big heavy equipment like this skid steer where it takes a beating. I'm hoping that that'll last, because these tires aren't cheap. There's a heavier duty one of these tires that I should have got. I think it was only like 50 bucks more. Next time I have to replace these, I'm gonna get that heavy duty tire. Any case, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. This is where I took down the tree, and the only place to follow this thing was right here. and it took out this branch from this black walnut, and it took off the top of that tree right there, which I think is a hackberry, which I don't really like those trees anyway. But in any case, I think this will heal back up. It'll bring some more light in this area, which is what I'm trying to do, clean up this area a little bit, get some grass growing back in here a little bit better. But I got to take down that branch now, and it's hanging in that other tree. And that's about 15 feet up there.